let's have a little talk about... Hello? Yeah, hey, listen, I gotta go. I'm right in the middle of... Okay, all right. See you later. So, you knew exactly what was happening when you heard that sound. Ringtones are ubiquitous, and they've had an interesting development. For a large part of the history of telephones, a physical bell was rung by a 20 Hz alternating current, with a distinctive so-called ring cadence, defined in North America as 2 seconds on for the ring and then 4 seconds off. 2 seconds of ring, 4 seconds of silence. This varies by region, and you can likely recognize the cadence for your region without even thinking about it. Starting a few decades ago, we began to hear ringing sounds that are not physical bells, but that did maintain that 20 Hz frequency and the 2/4 ring cadence, as it's called. We can easily mimic this type of signal by patching a 20 Hz square wave to alter something about a simple waveform on a VCO, such as its frequency. I've set up a two-step sequence here on the zero control using the reset input. And having created that, I'm turning off interrupt, and we'll use the touch gate to gate the contour circuit and let a triangle wave through. Let's patch the pitch channel of the zero control to volt per octave, and there we go. I don't know if this is actually a 20 Hertz modulation rate. I just felt it out by ear. For me, I find that a tiny bit of decay on the contour helps to sell it. Here's without the decay. Stops very suddenly. It's a subtle difference, but I think it helps. We can make it a little less mellow by turning up balance and letting some overtones through. Sure, you've heard that kind of phone too. As I noted, these sounds have been so ubiquitous in the lives of people in the industrial world that we immediately recognize them as a phone ringing, especially when that 2/4 cadence is maintained. Since cellular phones have taken over, ringtones have begun to take on a more melodic form. In most cases, these still follow the 2/4 ringing cadence, or something that at least is close enough to evoke that in the listener's mind. We hear a short, ascending or descending melodic fragment, often without a traditional harmonic cadence, followed by an equal or longer rest. And then the melodic fragment repeats again. The zero control is pretty good at this sort of thing too. We can do a one-shot sequence by patching the last step gate output to stop and just restart it by hand when it feels natural, or we can use the time row to program in an automatic rest, turning the strength control down and the time control up on the last step. So typically this melodic fragment will repeat until you either pick the phone up, or it goes to voicemail, or, most likely you screen the call and wait for a text message. Speaking of which, these days you're just as likely to hear so-called ringtones to indicate the reception of other types of messages, text messages, emails. These tones tend to be shorter, played only once right upon reception of the message, and if they're not percussive, they're usually at least punchy in some fashion. So you can actually make just about any sound file into a ringtone that plays on your phone. I found that simpler tones and melodies function better as ringtones because you're hearing them blasted at near full volume through a tiny speaker. This is the sort of thing that changes quickly, so this is how to do it on an iPhone at the time this video was made. You might have to do a little extra research to get it working on your phone. If you add a sound file to iTunes, you can select the file and then go to the File menu and convert, Create AAC version. Once this version is created, you will then need to show it in the Finder and change the file extension to .m4r, which is what iTunes recognizes as a ringtone. Once you've done this, connect your phone to the computer and you should be able to drop the ringtone straight onto the phone. At this point, it will show up in the sounds list. All ringtones you added this way will show up before the factory ringtones. In the video description, you will find a link to a collection of ringtones I made with the Zero Control and other make noise instruments. But of course, the real fun is to make your own. If you make some and want to link them in the comments, that would be very... Hello? Hey, how's it going? Thanks for watching. Have fun.